Hey guys, welcome back. Been a little while since I've got to make a video, as usual because of work. Tonight will be like my fourth 12-hour shift in a row, so I'm really looking forward to a couple days of downtime. Anyway, just got a little small haul to show you guys. And before I get started, I want to have a great big shout out to our buddy John, Dr. Von Chilla. I didn't find out till today that he had actually put up his first video. So John, great to finally see you, buddy. And anybody that knows John knows the guy is like a serious collector, and his comic book knowledge is just outstanding, and is one of those guys that when you put a video up, I mean, it's always great to see a comment from him because the guy is so well versed in comic books and comic collecting, and he's just a great guy. But anyway, great to see you, John. But just got a little small stack of stuff. Got some minor keys. Got some stuff that I've been wanting for a while, and actually got my first Pedigreed book and was unaware of it until I got it. But anyway, one of the first things I want to show you is a Showcase Comics 79. This is the first appearance of Dolphin, and you know, she wasn't really a major player or a major character in DC Comics lore, but this was actually the first comic, the first issue of Showcase that I had when I was a kid. Of course, my copy, which I still have, has got like the top or a chunk out of the top of the cover, which it didn't matter to me then, you know. But the artist on this, J. Scott Pike, I hadn't seen his work a whole lot. I'm going to do some research, but the guy is really a great artist, and he bears checking out. And this is just a great story. Like I say, Dolphin was not a major character, but it is the first appearance. I think she showed up in Kingdom Come. I think she was Aquaman's wife in Kingdom Come. But yeah, just a really cool book, and I'm finally glad to have a copy, which is probably a solid find, you know, without the chunk out of the top cover. So, Showcase 79. Okay, Showcase 58 with Enemy Ace. I think this is like the third or fourth appearance of Enemy Ace. And I love these. I just love the character, and you got to love these Joe Kubert war covers. Of course, everybody knows that. You know, I'm a big fan of Kubert's work. So this was, and the cover just really just kind of comes right out at you. You know, the yellow background and the red logo. It's just a great looking book. Okay, got some stuff from Tower Comics, Thunder Agents number 16. And this has got some great artwork in it. It's just like an all-star lineup. I mean, you have, of course, Wally Wood on the cover. You can tell that. You have Steve Ditko in the lead story. You have Gil Kane. You have George Tuska, Chick Stone, Dan Atkins. Just a great book with a lot of great artists. And this is actually my first Pedigreed book, and I didn't know it until I got it in the mail the other day. But this is part of the, I'm not sure how you pronounce this, but it's part of the Tangi or Tongi Farm collection. So there's the COA, Certificate of Authenticity. This was part of that collection, and I read up on this a little bit. And this guy, I think he had like collected comics from like '62 to like 1978, just like, which is like my golden period for comics. And I guess he had like bought, you know, almost everything Marvel and DC put out, and I think he had an Amazing Fantasy 15. And the guy's from Kansas, and I don't think he trusted sending stuff through the mail, so he finally got a guy to come out and look at his Amazing Fantasy 15, and I think he bought it, and he said, well, I've got about 6,000 or 7,000 more comics, and so, you know, I guess he, I can't remember who the buyer was, but I guess he sold the collection, and this was actually one of the Pedigreed books out of the collection. Now, the only thing that would stop this from being a really high-grade book is there's just a little piece of tape right there at the bottom, which I hate tape on a book, but otherwise this book is looks pretty primo. So I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not really worried about that. But just a great book, and you know, none of those square bounds that I love. But there you go. Okay, got a Marvel Spotlight number 7, the third appearance, I think, of Ghost Rider. And one of my collecting goals too is to like get all the Marvel picture frame covers that I can collect, because it's always like having of course a lot of covers are like a piece of art, but I just kind of like the little frame deal. I always thought that was cool. So that's another one of my collecting goals. But great character, great artwork, Mike Plug. I got another. This is a key. I guess you might call it a minor key, depending on who you talk to. It might be a major key, depending on if they make a movie or not. But it's X-Men 130, first appearance of Dazzler. And I've got a few Dazzler comics in my collection. I never really thought about collecting it, and but our buddy Tony, Why Not Art, he's a huge fan of Dazzler, and I started watching his videos and kind of wondering about the character. And I went back through and I read some of the issues. They were pretty good, and so I thought I might go ahead and try to get the first appearance. And also Sleepy Reader 666, Damien, he's been doing a lot of Dazzler reading with his daughter, and so I thought I'd check it out. So pretty good shape, probably an 8.5. Okay, another I guess Silver Age key, Avengers 59, first appearance of Yellow Jacket. I always liked that character. I think one of the first stories I read as a kid, and I didn't get into Marvel stuff until like in the later 70s. And I think one of the first storylines I read of the Avengers with Yellow Jacket was like the trial or the court-martial of Yellow Jacket. I think this was when he was having drinking problems and he was smacking the Wasp around a little bit, and he staged a big crisis in the courtroom, so he'd come out of here on that backfired. I can't remember the number. It was like 220 something, 230. But I always liked the character, so I went ahead and picked this one up. Just a great cover by John Buscema. Okay, last one I got. I guess you could kind of call this a key. Batman 219. Neil Adams cover. This is actually the first interior Batman work that Neil Adams did, if my research is correct. So great cover, and actually the Neil Adams work is in a backup story. Still pretty good, and I think the lead feature was done by Irv Novick, which I really loved his Batman stuff, and I loved his stuff on Flash and a lot of other DC stuff that was going on in the 70s. But pretty nice copy. Got a little bitty chunk out of the bottom of it there, but otherwise I'd call that a good one. And that's all I got for today, guys. Thanks for sticking around. And like I said, I appreciate all the comments. Got a couple days of downtime, so I'm going to catch up on some videos. Got some pretty cool stuff coming in the next week or two, so hopefully I'll have time to show some of that stuff and post some videos. Alright guys, have a great Sunday, and as always, onward and upward.